This video is the video that is to be played once we have confirmed that the sun does just what the globe predicts in Antarctica. So probably about 2:30 a.m. Chilean time, when we see the sun due south is when this video is going live on December 14 or 15, depending on where you live on the globe. And so this means that the Earth is definitely a globe. We have confirmed it in Antarctica. The sun does not do what the flat Earth demands that it does. There was no setting of the sun. There was no swapping out of the sun for a second sun, and there was no swapping out of the sun for a sun simulator. There is no sun reflecting off the dome because we've confirmed it by checking the sunspots. All of these things have been confirmed. And we've determined that the Earth is a globe and flat Earth is an absolute, complete, big, fat lie. So I want to cover a couple things here. Number one, this proves that every single flat earther that ever said you can't go to Antarctica because you will be turned away at gunpoint or you'll be prevented from going or any of those types of things, those people are liars. They're all liars. They said things that are not true, making them liars. Anybody that said that there's an impenetrable ice wall around Antarctica is a liar. They lied. Let me just take an aside right now, because sometimes people say, well, in order to, they'd have a different definition of liar. So I'll say this. I'm using the definition of a person that tells a lie is a liar. Some people say a person that tells an intentional lie is a liar, and I'm okay. That's fine. So when I say liar, then you swap in, instead of liar, swap in incredibly ignorant, easily indoctrinated sheep instead of liar. That's fine. I mean, it's not a good look. Not a good look in either case. But anyway, so then let me continue. Every single flat earther that says that the sun sets in Antarctica is a liar. Every single flat earther that says there are multiple suns is a liar. Every single flat earther that says that NASA is going to fire up the sun simulator is a liar. Let me call out a few liars in particular. Austin Whitsitt. Now, Austin has changed his angle since making bold predictions, bold claims about the sun never setting, the sun never doing circles. And he's said definitely that the sun is not going to be seen doing circles over our head.
You guys keep bringing up the 24-hour sun, but actually that doesn't happen. It's only sunlight.
But since the final experiment, he changed his position on that. I'm calling you up on those old ones, Nathan. Austin, you lied. You said things that were not true. You lied. You had no way of knowing that this was the case. You needed it to be the case for Flat Earth, your cult religion. I will call out Ben, Taboo Conspiracy. He lied. I will specifically call out Nathan Oakley as a liar. He ignored the many thousands of people that have seen the 24-hour sun and have a witness to it. And instead, Robert Shortman, a plumber who was there over the winter and over part of the summer in several years ago, said things. Now, Robert lied. I've tried calling him on the phone to talk to him about this. He won't answer my calls. Robert Shortman, you lied to Nathan Oakley for clout. Nathan Oakley, you leveraged him. You made him say those things. You pushed him so that you can have a lie that you can profit from. So your lie put money in your pocket. You're scum. Eric Dubé is a liar. He said so many things about Antarctica.
The only way we can experience Antarctica is by being a government employee and working at one of their bases, or doing one of their overpriced penguin tours along the Antarctic coast. No one, even these very few humans, is granted the freedom to explore the continent.
In order to fit the heliocentric globe model, this midnight sun phenomenon must also occur for observers south of the Antarctic Circle during winter solstice. Depending how far south the observer is, the sun should be seen for several days or weeks, never fully setting, just like it does in the north. In reality, however, there is never 24-hour sunlight anywhere in Antarctica at any time of year.
And of course, like all the other flatties, he's done a 180 on it. Too bad, you lied. If you were wrong about those things, what would anybody think that you could be right about other things? You lack the ability to ascertain the nature of the Earth. If you're not just a blatant scammer, you're not smart enough to ascertain these things. Nobody should trust you. Dean Odell, you're a liar. Now, of course, we all know Dean Odell's a liar. Lots of lies. And from a pastor. Lots of lies from him. Sean Griffin, Kingdom in Context, I specifically had a conversation with him about the 24-hour circling sun. And he rejected it. When I showed him a video of it, he became a liar instantly. And I told him, I said, I'm going to make a liar out of you. And then I did. Anyway, this does it again. Sean Griffin, you're a liar. And then mostly, I just want to really, really let this sink in. Flat Earth Dave is a scammer. And Flat Earth Dave is a liar. So I hope, Dave, I really, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that you fall into deep and long-lasting financial ruin by investing money into your scam app. I hope you get sued into oblivion for the leaking of personal identifying information that your app has been doing, well, for more than 3 years, and you know about it, and more than 2 months since I publicly exposed your extreme zero security on your app, and that you are leaking usernames, passwords, and location on the globe for everybody that's ever provided it. That's right. If you're watching this now and you're thinking, hey, did I ever launch Flat Earth Dave's app? If you did, and you gave it your username, password, then bad people, anybody can just get it. There's no security on his app. They can get your location. So if you want your location on the globe leaked, then Dave has done it for you. So thank you to Dave. You're a scammer. And now I want to really press into the biblical flat earthers, because the biblical flat earthers point to Isaiah 40:22 that says, he sitteth above the circle of the earth, right? And they say, this is the circle of the earth. Well, we've just shown that this is not the circle of the earth. So all you biblical flat earthers who say that somehow God is trying to communicate something, well, you've got two choices. Either the Bible's wrong, and that's your position. Now, flat earthers, religious flat earthers, your position is the Bible's wrong because this is wrong. Or your position could be that wasn't something supposed to be informing us about the shape of the earth. That's fine. But you don't get to claim that the Bible is a flat earth book anymore unless you want to claim the Bible is wrong. That's on you, flatties, religious flatties. Your position now is that the Bible is wrong. So anyway, this final experiment has been fantastic. And flat earthers that reject this, you're all liars as well, because we all know you don't have an explanation. And for those that say, oh, but the ground doesn't curve, you just don't know how to measure it. I will simply say, go to mctoon.net/curve, and you will see lots and lots of photographs and lots of measurements of the curving surface of the earth. And I'll add this, there's 100,000 commercial flights every day, about 100,000. And they used to use paper charts like these behind me here. Nowadays they use typically an app, and it's done in computers. All of them, whether it's paper or in an app, it uses the radius of the earth in order to get the distances between positions. You don't get to squirm your way out of this, flatties. You don't get to fly a plane. You don't get to register a flight with the FAA if you haven't done your due diligence, and a lot of the time, especially these longer flights and these flights where there's people's lives at stake, you have to know how much fuel you need. And in order to know how much fuel you need, you must know the distance. And the distance across the surface of the Earth is 100% affected by whether or not the Earth is flat or a globe. And it uses the globe for every single one of those 100,000 flights. So all of your we falsified the radius clearly is wrong, because there's 100,000 flights every day that use the radius that you did not falsify. So flat earthers, you can suck it. You are wrong. Time to stop it. Time to grow up and move on and realize that you fell for a lie. Number one, you fell for a lie. Number two, you do not have something correct in your head. Think about this. This is your time for self-reflection. You lack the ability to correctly ascertain. So think about that. Think about these conspiracy things that you've been following. Right? This should have the scales fall from your eyes. You should look at this and say, this conspiracy stuff, something's wrong with your critical thinking, that you fell for this. So all of the other conspiracy things that you think that you're super woke on, you should reflect on them as well, because if you fell for this lie, what about these other lies? Is this a lie? Is this a lie? Is this a... You need to look at those too, because your same lack of critical thinking for flat earth is the same lack of critical thinking for these other things, right? You saw something, you don't have the background enough to understand it. You watched another video, you get confirmation over and over and over. That's confirmation bias. Just because somebody else says the same thing 2, 3, 4 times from different places doesn't make it true or not. You need the evidence. The thing that you didn't do is you didn't look at the evidence. Let me say, quick example, chemtrails. You say chemtrails are aluminum, barium, strontium, or something else in the air. Well, what is it? Where's the evidence of that? Where's the measurements of that? Nowhere. You don't have them. What does happen, though, is that the ideal gas law and condensation and temperature and pressure does predict that at certain conditions there will be contrails, because they're burning fuel, and fuel has in it a large percentage of the exhaust is water, typically in gas form. And if it's the right conditions, it will form water droplets. That's what contrails are. That's the physics behind it. But you believed a lie of somebody else saying something else without evidence. Who has measured the contents of a contrail to see what it is? Nobody has. Anyway, that's just another one of your things that you lack the ability to grasp. Anyway, flatties, grow up. Everybody else, awesome. And Will Duffy, thank you. Thank you for doing this, for putting your own money on the line here. Thank you to everybody that supported him, and thank you especially to everybody that supported me. There's well over 500 people that financially contributed to me going, and I can't say how much I appreciate it. It was a lot of money, a lot of sacrifice for many people, and finally, my family, my wife, thank you. She's been very supportive. It's tough. This is a hard time of year for me to be gone. For almost 2 weeks, just before Christmas, we got a lot to do. We shuffled around Christmas things for our family. Thank you very much. I love you. Everybody else, love you too, but not as much, not in the same way. I'm not done. There are plenty of other conspiracies to be destroyed. Things that are harmful. I'm going after them too. And if the remnants of Flat Earth kick around, I'm going to tear them up. Make sure you subscribe so you can see the demolition that I bring. It's going to be scorched Earth for flat earthers.